I'm Polly. I'm writing a musical. It's called Ellie the One Gun Kid and Tommaso the Ruffian Roper. How you doing, everyone? I'm on my second pass with this piece. I'm talking about the first scene. So let me start from the beginning. I'm writing a musical, and I've been struggling with getting the script. I've been doing a lot of the music. No lyrics, just music. Just like rough drafts, mistakes and all. I posted them here on this YouTube channel. And now I'm kind of going through my process because it was interesting to see my process. You know, I'm reading it and then I'm replacing words. We're going to do that again. We might not have to do much replacing because I've done some replacing. And, you know, just punch it up a little bit, get it better in the accent, you know, because it's a Western. So let me start again. It's a shootout at high moon. It's a drama and a comedy. It's really more of a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's a full play. It's a full musical. There's music and dancing and stuff, but it's more of like a spaghetti Western. And it's not tongue-in-cheek. It's genuine. It's earnest. It's not making fun of the genre. It's embracing the genre to the point of using all of the tropes in a beautiful way or a pointed way. So you get more humor, you get more drama from, and more tension. So lights. I'm going to read the different scenes and have different videos for the different scenes. All right, lights. Short musical interlude establishing a family home. I don't have this music yet, but it's Americana. It's all piano music, like a small little overture. Essentially, you're establishing that it's a Western and it's a family home. A small home in the Old West with a couple of windows. Simple daily objects are strewn about. I gotta write that in. And it's very lived in. They're poor. They're fairly poor. The working man. The doorway to the small home is backlit. An average man who is a wood barrel maker, is Ellie's father, is sitting at the table reading a newspaper and he has his gun on his hip. Father Time is very eccentric. He's about to enter. His deliberate actions and dramatic nature.
I need to move this. This needs to be on here. See, this is going to help. This is what I'm talking about with the...
Changing as I'm talking. I think this is a good way to look at the process. I'm naturally looking at what is needed next. And does it even have logical sense? And then I do style. So I'm going through right now and I'm trying to get all the best words for the style. I don't know about the first line. It's a little corny, but it might work because it establishes the facade that's going on. Because that's why I wanted to say it's very genuine, it's very earnest, it's very tense, something boiling underneath, right? That's what I think that's the tension that we want when we watch a scene, anywhere we watch it. Father Time silhouettes fills up the doorway. Father Time is very eccentric through his deliberate actions and dramatic nature. Everything is controlled but slick. And then he moves with calculated purpose. His kindness, nothing but a thin veil. I want to inspire the person reading the play so that when they act or they direct the play, they get a sense of where I'm coming from. But it's tough because you don't want to be one of those authors in the past. O'Neill, the lights are up, and he comes in. Knockety knock knock. Tad. A fainting ticking of a clock surrounds the presence of Father Time. It comes in and out at certain times in the scene. Tad is startled, but attempts not to show it. He takes out his gun and puts it on the table. Still reads the paper. Oh, well, look at this sight before me. The esteemed Father Time. All rejoice when you step to the threshold. What do I owe the pleasure of your visit? He's trying to hold up the facade, the polite, neighborly facade as well. Father, no, Pa, you have a visitor. You have a visitor. So I need to change this. I'm going to look up another word for visitor. Your friend is here. I'm just looking for a word that makes excursionist. Pa, we got an excursionist coming in around here. No, we got a newcomer. Sometimes when I write Ellie, I write her like an old man, but like, ain't nobody, you know what I mean? So I'll get the rhythm. Pa, we got a pilgrim a pilgrim. I think a pilgrim is good. Pa, we got a newcomer coming in. Yeah. We got a newcomer coming at the door. Pilgrim. Newcomer. You got a newcomer. She's got a lot of spunk. She's got bad grammar, but she uses big words. Pa, you got the newcomer at the gate. Do us a huge favor now and up and run off. Adults are jabbering. You see, we wouldn't want you to get in the middle of that now. Do as our distinguished guest says. Go and rustle up some pig feed. Ellie is frozen and gazing at Father Time in sort of a vacant look of fear, but also with suspicious intentions after a while. Now! Yes, sir. It is fortuitous, but I was in the vicinity. Thought I would have a little sojourn with you. See all your goings-ons recently. Well, I got a short order for some whiskey barrels, but you know how it is. I can't seem to tear myself away from catching up on all the calamity in our town and country. And what headlines grace the page? Robberies ravage town as Raven's gang becomes a nuisance. He's reading from the paper. Those boys will have it coming. Heavens to Betsy! The 31st Halloween hootenanny extravaganza is still going on, with all the perversions of the law. Ellie seems healthy. Absolutely. Still just the two of us. We manage. Manage. See, manage doesn't... It's what I want to say, but it's... We cope. We grapple with it. Well, I think grapple because he fights with the loss. We grapple with the deprivation. Yeah, it's got to be kind of gospel-like. Harmonious. Innocent. Yes, sir. With all these robberies lately, I was worried about your well-being. Now, he's kind of referring to something. But I don't want to make it too obvious. But he could be like, with all these robberies lately. See, it's too much, right? But with all these robberies lately. So it's kind of a double meaning. I was worried about your well-being. How is Pearl? A peach, as always. She is a peach. Now he gets more animated. Tad, my compatriot. I cannot help but notice the strong peculiar aroma. I think you should say aroma. I cannot help but notice a strong peculiar aroma lingering about. Although, I cannot seem to put my nose on it. Can you sense it? Go on. Sneak a sniff. Have a huff. I like those little sayings like that. It makes it real country and real western. Taking a few steps around the house becomes more animated. Very peculiar. Sweet, but not too sweet. Still warm, but dissipating. See, I want the... I think about the rhythm of when I'm writing. Like it was just here now in this house. I do declare, in this very moment, there is a strong aroma that permeates these walls, and I cannot seem to clarify the oddity of such a waft. He peaked. You know, when you're writing, you want to make sure you're writing peaks, but like it intensified. Kind of detective. He's evading. I haven't noticed. Years of huffing wood lacquer has had an adverse effect on my olfactories. I don't know about haven't noticed. I don't know how to change this. Startled. I haven't encountered such a stench. See, I think that's good because he's using like the pomp and circumstance of the facade, but then stench. A pie is beautiful smelling. Years of huffing wood lacquer has had an adverse effect on my olfactories. Pie. Pie? Yes, pie. Pie. Now, why would I have such an opportunity to encounter... Oh, he says encounter. To detect. Why would I be startled by such a... Startled, I think is good. To be startled by such an aroma. By such an aroma. As far as I can tell, you enjoy a meal over a hot pot and ignore your oven. Plus, the absence of a woman's touch between these walls clearly points to the high probability of the absence of such finer foods, such as pie, that require such a delicate woman's touch. I must admit it's been a blue moon since I fired up the oven. Must be wafted over from over yonder. He has to agree because it's a chess piece. Now that I ruminate on this zesty fragrance, I know that smell from anywhere. I need an analogy. I know that smell from a forest away. I'll use forest away right now. But then I'll highlight it. I'm going to highlight it. And that highlighting knows that I kind of want to change it, but it's a placeholder. Strawberry rhubarb. I wouldn't know. Coincidence. I like when characters say less, say more with less. Be a coincidence. 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 Coincidence? You can say a lot with one word. Not every word can do that. Tang is perfect. It's a comforting tang. It is a potent and comforting tang. See, what I'm doing with this play is I'm trying to get it to be, because it's a musical, I want all the language to be musicality as well. It's got to have this rhythm. It's got to have this feeling and this melody to it. It is a potent and comforting tang. It is a potent and comforting tang. Punch to it. Pure happenstance. Looks like it's gonna rain cats and dogs. Sure does seem like it perhaps might rain on you. Sure does seem like it perhaps might rain on you. I beg your pardon? Do you know who bakes strawberry rhubarb pie? The best as far as crags meet the holler? But he's also tense because he knows he's fearful of the pie conversation. Well, do you? Give a gander, take a guess. See, he's got the same have a huff, sneak a sniff, have a huff. Give a gander, take a guess. Pearl? He is really hammering it home. Pearl, my peach, my one and only peach. Oh, yeah. I seem to recall her baking an award-winning strawberry rhubarb pie in last year's town Halloween hootenanny. Pa! I need better than good memory. It's about being successful. It's not necessarily about what's correct. What sounds the best? What fits the best? And right is the best word here. That's right. That's enough. Because the hootenanny can be spooky. That's right. The hootenanny drops the mask of neighborly affairs a little. Not now, child. Attend to the pen. Okie dokie. I can use okie dokie. Too far down the rabbit hole. Too far down. Does this ever happen to you when you're doing your stuff? You just get sidetracked. This is why I'm trying not to I use a thesaurus every once in a while when I'm drafting, but I'm trying to get away from that. See, I get to this point where I have to imagine the whole scene and I write some notes and then I have those notes side from my device and then I just write. Everything okie dokie, Pa? We were just having a friendly chat about pies and everything. We were just confabulating. We were just having a friendly confabulation about pies and everything. And everything. Social mask goes back up. We were just having a friendly confabulation about pies and everything. Silly nonsensities. Pie? She's all that fuss for pie? I'm looking for funny words. You see, I like when people speak in my plays. I like it when they speak eloquently, but in a funny way. Like a tongue twister. But it does make sense. It's not just tongue twister for nonsense. Tongue twister for purpose. To elevate the language. All this hoopla over pie? Ellie now. You wouldn't know anything about any pie now, would you? No, she doesn't. She can speak for herself. She's a big girl. 9, is it? Number of cats' lives just the same now. Yeah, she's big now. Well, I'm waiting for your little answer. Little one. Well, I'm waiting for your little answer, wee one. I think it sounds good. Oh man, that really do. Do you know anything about any pie? Go on, tell our guest what you know about pie. Tell our guest what you know about pie. So it's like they're playing instruments and they're improvising back and forth. I got to continue to think about that when I'm trying to edit. I want it to flow. I want it to just feel good. I don't know nothing about no pie. You sure now? Does the South African swallow fly south for the winter? Well, thank you, Ellie. Up and run off now. I love her sass, Go on now, Ellie. Do what the man says and up and run off now. I like when people repeat another person's lines when it makes sense. You see, this is the most serendipitous event. It is? My wife, my peach. Oh, she's special, isn't she? Yes, she is. You're very lucky. Well, she happened to toil over a very special pie yesterday evening. Really? That is serendipitous. Really? Really? He doesn't really know what to say because he got overexcited about repeating him. Her weary hands lovingly crafted the lattice and all, I'm sure. Mind if I relieve my hands of such cumbersome trinkets on your table? But he has to have that politeness. I love this dialogue and the fact that there's the flowery words have purpose. I think that's the key. You can't just use flowery words. It would just be awkward. But he's got a ploy. He's got an action. He's doing something. Were you just popping in? Or was this an intended stay? No. No need for coffee. I set a clock. As one does. I gotta write that in. Write everything. Write everything. Don't say you're gonna do it later. You know how many times I say that? Oh, I'll do it later. I don't know why. I'm sometimes lazy with that kind of stuff. Because I think I'm going to hold on to it. Just write it in. Sure, let me clear the way. Putting down a few things, such as a gun in a holster, maybe a canteen, a notebook. Father Time discovers jelly filling on the table and stops in his tracks. Head disappointed. Oh, seems like you are busy lately. Or you don't keep up on Ellie to keep up on the house in finer detail. To scrub up on the house in finer detail. That's why. Clean was weak. Or you don't keep up on Ellie to scrub up on the house in finer detail. I admit tidiness has gotten away from us. Me. He's trying to take responsibility. Why do you say such a thing? I noticed a jelly-like substance on your table. Oh, Ellie. She can be sloppy with her bread and jelly preserves. No, this seems to be a different gelatinous. Now, this seems to be... I need another word for no. I'm not kidding you. I can't believe I'm saying this. Back up off of her. Seems to be a different gelatinous substance. It's all the same to me. It's all the same to me. I would like to get a country phrase for it's all the same to me. Ease up off of her. Ease up off of her. A mess is a muss. A muss is a mess. A mess is a muss. A muss is a mess. A muss is a mess. As is a muss. A mess is a muss. A muss is a mess, as is a mess is a muss. Seems to be a different gelatinous substance. That's good. See, it was clunky because not enough was said. Sometimes, a lot of times, I'll cut things because I want them to say less and do more. But in this case, because of the scenario and the character, I think we need that rhythm, melody. He's not playing enough. Bronco. Ease up off of her, Bronco. A muss is a mess, as is a mess is a muss. Seems to be a different gelatinous substance. It's all the same to me. See, why is it important that he says so much? And I'm sorry to be harping on this, but it's because, and I do this to prove to myself. Oh, Ellie, she can be sloppy with her bread and jelly preserves. Ease up off of her, Bronco. A muss is a mess, as is a mess is a muss. Seems to be a different gelatinous substance. That's perfect. See, he has to retaliate as his emotion. And in the game of chess that they're playing, this back and forth, trying to say, you're getting off topic because Tad is making a big deal about Ellie and the sloppiness. So he's like, oh, that's what the excuse is. It's an excuse. And Father Time's like, no, this is a different, super successful. Seems to be a disparate gelatinous substance. So you'll see how I keep using these big words. They're not big words, but just alternative words. And I'm trying to find the right one by feeling it out in my mouth. Seems to be a disparate gelatinous substance. It's all the same to me. Let me wipe that filth out of your way, Mr. Time. No need. I'll get it. Father Time deliberately takes his finger and wipes the jelly off of the table onto his finger. Well, now, your finger is all jellied up. Here, I'll scrub up that dollop with this rag. See, it's so good. Dollop? Oh, so good. That works. Tad tries fervently to wipe Father Time's finger. No need to polish my soiled finger with a Mercatera cloth. Why would I go and polish my soiled finger with a Mercatera cloth? I'll get it myself. Oh, and how do you plan on doing that? Look, I have a clean rag towel just over yonder. Oh, and how do you plan on doing that? Look, I have a clean rag towel just over yonder. I can lick it with my tongue. You wouldn't want to go and do something foolish like that now. That would be beneath you, Father Time. Good tactic, right? He's trying to stop him from putting that taste in his mouth so he knows that it's the pie. Well, I wouldn't want to smear that smudge on a fresh new towel now, would I? That's what they're there for. And then Father Time gives him a stern look. Because Father Time doesn't want to use the rags, right? Ellie enters holding a large autumn-turned maple leaf. Pa! Pigs are fed. Ellie, not now. Oh, Father Time. Y'all still wrestling with words together? That's a whole lot of chin flapping. Yes, Ellie, I'm still present. We are discussing the finer things between men. The topic between us seems to be landed on pie. It is? Oh, we most certainly are discussing pie. Yes. I guess we were. Ellie, do you recall that pie that Pearl Time made about this time last year for the town's October time, All Hallows Eve hootenanny? Like just being like, please, dear God, pick up what I'm putting down. The one with the big pumpkin, sweetie? Ellie, don't be shy now. Don't be shy now. Reply to the gentleman. Oh, that pie that won that ribbon. I love that she says that ribbon instead of saying that blue ribbon because it can piss off Father Time. The retentiveness on this kid. Miss Pearl's strawberry rhubarb pie clinched that ribbon in a landslide vote among the town. That's how good it was. Pissed off about his pie being stolen. Let's take care of that finger now, shall we? Remember, all of this is like really trivial, but it's so good because it's not about what the trivial, it's about what's current, the undercurrent. Let's take care of that finger now, shall we? Your assistance ain't be required. Your assistance ain't be required. Father Times put his hands in his mouth and sucks on it. Make a big, disgusting gesture about it. Then licks it all around, tasting the jelly substance. Ellie is scared. Father? That's why she says father there. Not now. You know what I'm tasting? What are you tasting? Strong strawberry taste. Strawberry? Strawberry? Really? 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 Yes. Really? Strawberry. And now, Elliot, what flavor jelly do you enjoy on your bread in the morning? A lot of tension building. My bread? Ellie. In our friendly back and forth, your father has shared with me that you enjoy bread and jelly in the morning. See, I want a different word for shared, but I can't find one. I already checked. I spilled the beans that you favor bread and jelly preserves when you break your nightly fast. Right, Ellie? What is the taste of that jelly you add to your bread? Answer him, girl. Go on. No need to get as petrified as Donkey Dung. Orange marmalade? Orange marmalade. Disappointed she didn't catch on. Dread hits. Orange marmalade. What tastes you finger licking? I tasted strawberry. And rhubarb. Father takes his pistol revolver from the table and points it at Tad, Ellie's father. Pa! You owe me $37 in protection perpetuity, and you bite the hand that feeds you by stealing the very thing I look forward to each year? My wife's Lattice tops pie, strawberry rhubarb pie. My wife's Lattice. My wife's Lattice topped strawberry rhubarb pie. Rhubarb pie. He's pissed. It wasn't me. It was Ellie. She's very sorry. It was me. I snatched them baked goods. So you lied to me. I didn't lie. You withheld the most vitalist of information from me as I inquired about it. You made me look like a fool and lick my own finger. You vile cretin. No, don't. I hate no, don't, but no, don't. I'm going to highlight it. No! Yeah. Did she just say no? Yeah. No. Oh! That's good. The alarm goes off. Time's up. Boom. So I have this thing, this ticking clock. So I need to add when I'm going to have that ticking clock. But time's up. Bang. Shoot. Tad, Ellie's father, drops to the ground and sprawls out dead. Gun smokes. Ellie runs over to her father and weeps. She tries to waken him up. Pa! Wake up! Pa! Father! How could you? He didn't steal the pie! He answers for you. He kept up a duck and cover. Treason. Treason? Aiding the enemy. It was pie! A life for a rhubarb! It's the very principle, kid. You're vile! Tread lightly, young one. Don't get it twisted now, little girl. Your father's the vile one. He's the one lying low. His blood is on my hands. And yours. It's dreadful. You're horrid. I see you have already... Okay, so then Father Time takes the maple leaf from Ellie. I forgot to say this. When Ellie comes in, she's holding a maple leaf. I see you have already started to see the beauty in death. Pa. Child, You need to up and run off. I best not see you rooting around my house or anyone's home again. It's lightning. Ellie takes a few things from her home and runs out crying. Ellie takes her father's gun, a canteen, a rolled up blanket, and a few other things. It's raining. End scene. I wonder if I could... That'd be cool if you could see my draft as I'm writing it. I don't know what the runtime is. 13 times 2 is 20-something minutes. It's a pivotal scene. That's all I got for you all today. Writing is hard, man. Writing is hard, but we're going to keep it up, right? Okay.